Hello, welcome here. This is Nick. I'm locally in Moscow, and today I'm gonna giving you a tour in the south of Russia. So welcome everyone, welcome Chagla. Really nice to see you here. I'm Nick. I'm I'm based in Moscow right now, but now I'm spending my days here in the south of Russia, standing here just opposite to the palm tree, which is really nice and which is like really good, to a great place to be in the middle of November. So today I will introduce you some unusual Russia. Normally when you imagine how Russia would look like, you normally imagine something like snowy, deserted place with a lot of very sad, mad people. But here it's completely opposite. Right now I'm situated on a very southern province of Russia, and basically from this actual spot, it's only about 1 kilometer towards the state border, and after that you will be in the other country. So this is basically the embankment. So I'm right now enjoying a very beautiful view. On the right from here, just behind this barrier, which is preventing the storm waves to come here to the embankment, there is a beautiful Black Sea. So what are we gonna do? Today we're gonna just walk down this embankment over there towards that direction, and in the end of this embankment you will see the other country, because actually this is literally where Russia ends or begins. After that there is a Republic of Abkhazia, and it used to be a part of Georgia. Right now it's like a separate country, a separate land, autonomous land, but still, like, according to the international law, it's the territory of Georgia. So over here the weather is really good and a lot of people are enjoying this view. There are a lot of yachts, and basically travelers who are coming here to Sochi, they can enjoy this way of time spending here as well. I'm gonna just post a comment. Who am I? So I'm Nick. I'm locally in Russia. Nick from Russia, showing the very southern part of the country. Which is Sochi. Let me know actually where you're from. I'll be very happy to get acquainted with all of you here. So I'm really wondering where you're from. I'm used to live in the Netherlands for 2.5 years, but because of the coronavirus I had to relocate back to Russia, because simply it's easier to live here, the cost of living is lower, and also the good thing about Russia is that we don't have any lockdown over here, even though there are quite a lot of corona cases in the country. Still no lockdown here. It's hard to say like how bad it is with the coronavirus right now, because the country is really huge, and we have right now 20,000 of cases per day with corona, but it's probably not too many, and the local medical care system still can handle it. So that's why in the many regions, in the many districts of Russia, you don't need to wear even face mask. So basically you can look at me. I'm just walking down the embankment having no mask on my face, and this is really legal. By the way, look at those people who are enjoying the sunbathing over there. There is a couple who are just staying there. They're probably already leaving the beach. Normally in the summer there are quite a lot of people staying here on the rocks. The water here is very clean and really nice. It's still really warm. It's something around 20 degrees, the temperature of water, and the air temperature is the same. So I can't wait to get acquainted with all of you. If you're watching this stream live, please post your comments. Just tell me who you are, where you watching me from. So this area is pretty specific. So first of all, majority part of Russia is now covered with snow, or at least remains in the gray colors, because it's late autumn in November. But only here, the small part, land plot on the south of Russia, in the city of Sochi, it still enjoys the summer. So the temperature now is really like it is summer. It's around 20 degrees here since the beginning of the day. So early in the morning I came here to work to the beach. It's, you know, kind of like a Bali, but for local residents. I enjoyed here a really hot morning with a lot of sun. I was working in the open cafe. Actually, all the cafes and restaurants are still open here in Russia, and we don't have, well, there are no any predictions that they will be closed due to the lockdown, because like the state policy right now is a bit different from many European countries, and they want to keep the whole businesses and keep the whole country open, somehow similar to what they have right now in the United States. So I came here to the seashore to work from a, look at them. There are some, you know, this kind of transportation, tuk-tuk as they call it in Asia, which is helping, you know, to get around this part of the city, because this land plot is quite like huge, and you need, you know, hours to, you know, walk around. So when you're here, you would love, you know, to take this kind of electric transportation to go somewhere and to look around the area. So I came here to work, but you know, formally this whole area is really new. You see there is a cafe open or barbecue house. There are quite a lot of you know, electrical scooters used by you know, travelers, tourists who are coming here. Also bicycles, and also, as you saw, the kind of like electrical. Let's cross the street. Electrical tuk-tuks, which are also very popular over here. So this whole area was constructed pretty recently, just like well, 6 years ago, because of the form of the uniform that guy is wearing. Because Sochi was hosting Winter Olympic Games in 2014. So quite a long time ago, and this whole territory is now just open for tourists. It's pretty much deserted. The only exception is the embankment. So there are quite a lot of people walking down the embankment, but all these, you know, Olympic objects that was constructed before the games, they are pretty much deserted. So we're gonna take a quick look to see what's going on here 6 years after the Olympic Games. And yeah, this used to be the main stadium hosting the Olympic Games, and yeah, the whole territory around it's quite deserted right now. It's not used. The only exception is when there are some, like, you know, sport competition taking place here in Russia. It happens quite often, though. In 2018, Russia was hosting the World Cup Championship football, and Sochi was one of the hosts. So it's nothing really interesting over here. So we're gonna just go back to the seashore, and we will continue our walk over there. Well, I don't know how it works for you. Let me know how is it going in your own country. But here in Russia, locals, they are not permitted to leave the country and travel somewhere else. There are some exceptions, and the main exception is Turkey. This land is absolutely open for Russians, and a lot of Russians are now traveling to Turkey from here. But Turkey is the only land which is open, so a lot of people still prefer to stay home, also because of the quite dangerous corona situation in the world. And Sochi became very, very popular this year. So during the summer, after the lockdown, when, like, again, everyone became able to travel, Sochi actually was just overcrowded with a lot of people coming here from all different districts and areas of Russia. Yeah, so we came back to the embankment, and if we're gonna go just down this embankment towards that direction, by the way, The large building over there, the white large building, is the hotel. It's Radisson Hotel, and it's really cool and luxury. You need, well, it costs around 130 to 170 euro per night to stay there, and this is pretty high price for staying in the hotel in Russia. Like here, there are a lot of really cool places where you can stay, and the price per night will be around I would say 40 to 70, maximum 100 euro. And for 100 euro per night, even in such a popular tourist destination as Sochi, you will get a very like luxury hotel. I mean, like really luxury, not a really bad luxury, but a cool, hotel like Radisson, almost like Radisson over here. So, normally this embankment is pretty crowded with people, and when we came here to Sochi, we came here 1 month ago and stayed here already for more than 4 weeks because we just enjoyed the weather over here and just the whole vibe. 1 month ago it was quite crowded, so all the shore was also there were a lot of kind of like paid beaches over here where you could rent some sun lounge and enjoy the sea. Starting from 1st of November, they are wrapping up the most of the beaches over here, and well, basically still there are quite a lot of people, not quite a lot of people, but very few people who are coming here to enjoy the sea. Some of them are sunbathing or like literally bathing in the sea, but there are not a lot of them right now. This is actually really great because normally you would be annoyed here by the crowds of people, but right now it's really calm and peaceful. Well, a lot of locals are enjoying this time of the year because finally the city belongs to them, not to the tourists. If you're gonna look that direction, you will probably see the mountains over there. So the Sochi is a great combination of the mountains and the sea. So right now, today, the weather is not really good, so that's why everything is kind of foggy. But there are quite a lot of mountains in that direction, and if you're coming to Sochi, normally your day will be separated between the sea. You will stay here on the beach, but also afterwards you will go to the mountains and enjoy the beautiful weather over there. The climate is really different. So here down the ocean, the temperature almost every year is above 20 or at least 10 degrees in the coldest days. But if you're gonna go up in the mountains, even now, right now, so now near the sea, the temperature is plus 20. And if you're gonna climb to the mountains in the valley where we live right now, the temperature will be there just around 10 to 12 degrees. So only 50 kilometers, which you're getting in just let's say like 40-50 minutes, will bring you to the whole different climate. And by the way, all those mountains that you can see here on the screen, do you see? They're still like in the fog a little. So this is a different country. We're staying here in the very southern part of Russia, and those mountains that you can see on the horizon, they belong to another country, which is called Abkhazia. This is a former part of Georgia. So quite a lot of people who are coming here, they can go there to Abkhazia. But the tricky thing with Abkhazia is that still this is Abkhazia is a country which is not recognized by a majority of countries in the world. There used to be a war conflict back in 90s between Georgia and Abkhaz people, and as a result of that, Abkhazia claimed their independence and Russia supported it. So right now it's like kind of autonomous country with their own government, which is not recognized by anyone in the world almost, but they are recognized by Russia and by probably a few other countries. We don't I don't really know. It's the countries like North Korea or Nicaragua, so the countries where I've never been. So if you're gonna go here and visit Sochi, that might be also part of your extremal experience. You can go to the country which is not recognized by any country, almost by any country in the world. Let me know if you would like this experience or you think it's too risky and you wouldn't go there. To be quite honest, I never been to Abkhazia, so maybe with you we're gonna go there for the very first time in my life. But it's still safe, so at least my friends who've been there, they came back safe and sound. So as you can see, one of the perks, one of the best parts of being now in Russia is that you can enjoy here the normal life. So everything looks completely like it used to be in 2019. And this is like absolutely gorgeous. I'm enjoying that. I lived in the Netherlands for 2.5 years, and right now Netherlands are going through a very strict lockdown, where people still allowed to go on the streets, but there is a strict recommendation to go outside only in case you have something really urgent, immediate, and there is no way to stay at home. So in Russia it's not like that. It's absolutely, as you can see, it's free. So you can go wherever you want. You don't need to wear the mask, but it's good to have it with you, because in some shops, in some restaurants, you might be asked to wear a mask. But normally, if you don't have a mask, they would suggest you to buy the one, or to actually borrow the one. I mean, like, get the one which they are serving for free. But it's not like that everywhere in Russia. In Moscow, the rules are a bit stricter. But to compare, in Moscow, they are registering right now 6,000 cases per day in just one city, while here on the south of Russia, in Krasnodar region, in Krasnodarsky Krai, this is how they call this region where I'm located now, there are only around 100 cases per day, which is not too many. But to be quite honest, I just went through this experience being infected by coronavirus and being ill with that illness. I wouldn't say it's fun, but after two weeks I fully recovered. So 1 week I was staying in bed for all the time, and to be quite honest, I decided not to register my case because I felt pretty good, so it wasn't too bad. I was just monitoring my health. I tried to be very calm. I tried to stay in bed all the time, but that's it. So in 1 week after that, I completely recovered. The only symptom that I'm maintaining right now is that I still cannot feel smells. So if there is a nice smell or a bad smell, I wouldn't smell it. I read a lot of articles and posts about that, and that's a common problem. A lot of people who were infected by COVID and recovered, it takes quite a long time before you will get back ability to feel smells. But still, I survived. So this was one of their paid beaches that you could use here. According to the national law, you cannot, just restrict the access to the beach and ask everyone to pay for it. So normally they would, make a nice place, just not too close to the water. They would put some, sunbathing lounges and all kind of attractions. They would make those paid, but basically you can still enter this whole territory and sit on the rocks and enjoy the sea for free. So this is quite a long embankment, and if you're gonna go there, if you're gonna just walk along the way, it will take quite a lot of time for you to get to the end. This is the logo of Russian World Cup. Well, it used to be a World Championship, football championship, held in 2018, and Sochi was one of the host cities for the World Cup. In 2021, most likely, Russia will host the world, the European Championship, football championship too, and yeah, Sochi will most likely be one of their hosting cities as well. Over there on the left, you can see a bit of a fairy tale castle, which is used as a thematic park for kids. It's an amusement park with some roller coasters, with some attractions. Well, great place to come and visit with your kids. And that fairy tale castle, well, fairy tale-alike castle, it is a hotel, so many people would stay there with their kids. So I would say it's a mini version. It's a mini version of a Disneyland. But of course, it's pretty decent Disneyland. Since we don't have our own Disneyland in Russia yet, there's still some rumors that DreamWorks will build their park in St. Petersburg and also in Moscow. But of course, because of the coronavirus, all the plans are now a bit postponed or on hold. So I don't know when exactly they will build those parks. So far, local kids can enjoy their own localized Russian amusement parks, which is great, by the way. So as you can see, there are a lot of kiosks here with a fast food. There is also a quite popular Russian fast food, which is a corn. I will try to show it to you. I hope that we will have someone with a corn, so you will see how actually Russians eat the corn. They would normally just bake it in the hot water for a few hours, put some salt on it and eat it. And this is very delicious. So every single Russian, if you have a Russian friend, ask him or her about the corn, a baked corn, and they will say that this is the best treat that you can have during your summer holidays here in Sochi or in any other Russian southern city. So yeah, this is a pretty decent pier here in the sea. The first time I came here, I had a feeling it's kind of like a small version of Santa Monica Pier in Los Angeles, but of course it's a very, very decent and simple version of it. Quite popular among the fishermen. There are a lot of fishermen here historically in Sochi, and there are a lot of also seafood in the restaurants. There are a lot of great seafood restaurants with a very fresh seafood just out of the sea. By the way, that stadium that you can see over there, it used to be, it played a role of the main stadium during the Russian Olympics in 2014. And the roof over there, you see, it's opened. So it could be automatically opened and shuttered. So it could be closed automatically. But right now it's open because the weather is pretty dry. And they actually, this kind of weather helps growing the grass on the field. There are a few restaurants over there with all different types of food, and look at the skies. I'm enjoying this view right now. The sky is really awesome. In a few days from now, I will probably relocate back to Moscow. Because, well, the bad thing about Russian South is that it's too touristic and it's too relaxing. So if you want to, do something cool, something big, if you want to work a lot, this is probably not the best place to be, because it's very easy to just to become really lazy, as I did. Like, you're relaxing, the weather is great all the time, and the people who are walking down the streets, they are also really slow. They're not in a hurry, because majority of the people you can see now in my video, they came here for a few days or a couple of weeks just to relax. But right now, hey, But right now, because of the coronavirus, of course, there are a lot of companies that switched to the work from home regime. So a lot of people would come here. Hey, pigeon. So a lot of people would come here and relocate and work from here for quite a long time. Yeah. So as you can see, sometimes there are quite a lot of people on the streets. No one cares about social distancing. But because I was infected with coronavirus and I got recovered, of course now I can be absolutely safe and absolutely fine about being in the crowds, because at least for a couple of months I will not be infected again. So that's why now I feel much better than I used to, feel before. Because of course, in the very beginning, and just like 3 weeks ago, I always would worry being in the crowd with a lot of people that I could somehow be infected. But now I'm absolutely okay. I already got infected. I already got recovered. So at least a couple of months before, while I have still antibodies, I'm safe. So the weather is really nice, and if you like, let me know. Press the heart button, and the next time I'll be in the mountains over there, I can also make another live tour for you that you can enjoy over here. I have a question right now, so I'm gonna switch to the Q&A mode. If you'd like to ask me some questions, please do that. I'm still with you for another few minutes. You can press the question mark button in the bottom of the screen and just type in your question. I will show it to everyone and I will reply to you. So the user Darisa asking, does people still swim? Yes, they do, and to be quite honest, the temperature in the sea is very close to the temperatures that we have in the Netherlands, for instance, during the summer. So normally in the Netherlands, if you're gonna go and swim in July or in August, the temperature will be around 19 degrees. So this is the temperature that we have here right now. It's 20 degrees in Black Sea. So a lot of people would love to swim, but during the summer here, the temperature in the sea is normally 26 to 28. So that's why locals think that the temperature is really, really low. So you wouldn't see a lot of people bathing in the sea. Yeah, so it used to be a very nice pavilion. They construct the pavilions once in a year in the beginning of the season, and in the beginning of November they just demolish the pavilions because the season is over. But still there are a lot of restaurants and cafes open, although some of them are closed. By the way, let's check how good is your Russian. As you know, here we use a bit different letters. We call our alphabet Cyrillic. That's under the name of Cyril, who actually brought this alphabet 1,000 years ago here to Russia. This is a kind of combination of Latin letters, Greek letters, and some random letters, I would say, which are authentic and they are used only in Russia. So we call it Cyrillic alphabet, and as you can see, all Russian words they use Cyrillic alphabets. Although English-speaking captions or Latin captions, they are also pretty common here. There are quite a lot of translations. They started to use English quite a lot since 2014, when we have had a lot of visitors from different countries because of the Sochi Olympic Games. And for those of you who joined us just recently, this is the live video. This is the live online tour from Sochi, the most southern city of Russia, where it's still summer. And palms, of course, palm trees. Although the palm tree that you now see on the video is not real, and this is like a local weird tradition. As you can see, this is like a decorative cellular tower. So there is an antenna for cellular networks, and the whole tower masked as the palm. This is really weird, but I see in this part of Sochi, in this part of Russia, they use it quite a lot. I would love them to use it in somewhere in the north, because like in the north it would be really funny to see a palm tree with a cellular antenna on top of it. So this is the Black Sea. If you're gonna go up there, if you're gonna drive a car, I think in 23 hours you will reach Moscow. Quite a long distance, but not too long though, so it's still like possible to have it. And quite a lot of people would, you know, go here to the south on their own cars. So I'll probably stop our walk right now, and I will come back to my initial starting point. I'm still available for your questions right here. I'll be happy to answer if you have any questions regarding Russia or about locally. So I myself, my name is Nick. I'm locally here in Russia. Normally I'm based in Moscow, but since 1 month ago I relocated to Sochi, to the very southern city of Russia, to enjoy the summer still here. But in a few days I will come back to Moscow and I will host tours for the travelers and for the local expat community from there. Thank you for your likes, and thanks for your participation. Hi to everyone who joined us here. So I was like you know, constantly talking, telling you some stories, but of course now I'm gonna follow your comments as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and meanwhile I will go to the different directions. Just for those of you who joined recently, if you're gonna go over there to that direction, you will reach in like 30 minutes of your walk. So you need to go over there, and then you will just, you know, turn a bit to the left. After that hook, there will be the end of Russia. So you will see the state border. And by the way, if you'd like, I will show you. I will show you how the Russian border looks like. So please give me some moment. By the way, this picture that I'm showing to you right now, this is basically the picture that I spotted in the morning today when I was driving down the mountains. I was driving to the sea coast. Sorry, it's kind of like, you see, it's they are promoting the football game now in the middle of pandemic. Can you imagine that? I love Russia for that. They're so brave and crazy. I see that Raymond van der Hoeven sends thanks for Amsterdam. Well, thank you, Raymond. I really love Amsterdam. I lived there for 2.5 years, and I hopefully will come back at some point of time. This is one of my favorite cities in the world. So lucky you staying there in Amsterdam. By the way, Raymond, how did you find out about locally? Since when do you follow us? Well, meanwhile, I'm looking for a picture of the Russian border. But still on the way, I will show you some pictures that I spotted today while driving the car down from the mountains. So now I'm staying in the mountains. So this is the way from the mountains. This is where I was going down the mountains to the seaside, and the weather was really cool and the view was amazing, just amazing. I would love you to you know, drive the car together with me. So enjoy this view. This was a fantastic trip this morning. So in the mountains it's also pretty good. So if you're gonna go up to the mountains, there are a lot of hiking trails that you can enjoy, and the views are amazing. The highest mountains here in the area are 2,300 meters high. So they are pretty high. Yeah, thanks for your answer, Raymond. So I think I got an invite while scrolling down my timeline. Well, that's cool. I'm really happy that you joined us. Welcome to Locally. I'm really happy that you're with us. So this is the picture that you can see right now. This is basically the place where we are staying. So we are renting an apartment over there. The price for apartment, our apartment is in one of the buildings that you can see now in the picture. And the price for apartment is extremely cheap. It's only something about 20 to 30 euro. So the overall the prices here in Russia are very low. So it could be a great country to cut your costs, but still enjoy a beautiful nature. This was just a few days ago when we got snow up in the mountains, so the peaks were under the snow. And it was really cool. But I'm still looking for a photo. Oh, here we go. So this is the photo of how the Russian border looks like. So if you're gonna go that direction that I was starting, so if you're gonna keep going that way on the embankment, you will end up near this fence, which is the end of Russia. So after that, there is Abkhazia, the country which is still not recognized by the majority of the world countries and the world states. There are only a few countries recognize the independence of Abkhazia. Officially, for the many countries, it's still a part of Georgia, but it became autonomous and self-independent since early 90s. And Abkhazia starts just like 30 minutes walk from the place where I am right now. But let's come back to my video over here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm still here open for your questions. I'm really happy that you're watching it. Good news for those of you who are the citizens of European countries or Philippines or a number of Asian countries. So starting from 1st of January, Russian government it deems the visa requirement for the many countries. So for almost whole European Union, you can now go to Russia for free. So the only obstacle on your way is coronavirus pandemic. So you definitely need to watch the corona regulations and if it's possible to enter the country. So for instance, right now the entry is prohibited for almost everyone to Russia. Only Russian nationals can come back to their own country right now, and also citizens of Turkey or holders of Turkish residence permit. There are a few other countries, but probably Dubai, so Emirates. If you're a resident of Emirates, you can go to Russia right now, and this is probably that's it. So because of Corona, still not a lot of travelers can enter Russia. But starting from 1st of January, I really hope that there will be a vaccine. At least here in Russia, there are 2 vaccines which are already available, and the pharmaceutical companies, they are working on scaling the business. They're working on scaling the production of the vaccine, and if they will be successful in that, right now there are some plans to start mass vaccination in the country already in November. So still there are a lot of skeptics, there are a lot of people who feel skeptical that it will be possible, and some experts, they're forecasting that later in January the mass vaccination will be rolled out. So we'll see. If you're gonna follow locally here our page, you can basically find all the information. So once we have some certain information about opening Russian borders, we will definitely post it. And just to remind you, again, a lot of nations, 55 countries, the travelers from 55 countries will be able to visit Russia without visa. And it happens now for the first time since 1914. Can you imagine? Once in more than 100 years, a lot of travelers will be able to enter Russia without a visa. This is amazing. There is still an online form that you will need to fill in. So please be careful and don't forget to do that before buying the tickets. But this is for free. It's very simple. You enter all the information online, and you're waiting for up to 4 working days. until your form gets approved. Once it got approved, you can just book your tickets and go to Russia and enjoy the country for up to 16 days. 16 days, 6 days. So it's even possible for you to make a Trans-Siberian trip or go to Sochi. So locally we will be happy to show you around. So once you feel like you want to go to Russia and you want to experience that amazing country, just feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help you. So, I'm a little bit tired already of talking too much for you, but I hope you were not bored about my stories. One more story right now. So I told you about how popular are these electrical scooters, but also I'll tell you about our small Istanbul. So here in Sochi, there are quite a lot of dogs which are homeless, which they live on the streets, but they live a pretty happy life. So they are getting food from a lot of kind people, and well, it's kind of like also a part of Sochi experience. You will see some dogs on the streets and cats, and it will look like Istanbul in a way. So we're coming back. Over there on the horizon you can see the airplane which is landing. So Sochi International Airport is located just opposite to Olympic Park. So if you're gonna take a car or a taxi, it will take about 20 minutes for you to get to the airport. The whole agglomeration, all the cities that are connected here, such as Sochi, Adler, also like a tourist cluster in a few villages in the mountains. The total population of this area is just a bit more than 500,000 people, so 500,000 people. It's not too big. So I was living in The Hague in the Netherlands before that, and our whole agglomeration together with a neighboring city of Rotterdam was 1.5 million. So it was 3 times bigger. But The Hague itself, it was only 500,000 people, which is relatively similar to this place in Sochi. So I also see that some new people joined my live stream, my live online tour. Look at this, like it's pretty decent graffiti. We don't have our Banksy yet, but we still have quite a lot of really talented guys who are doing amazing graffitis. But they are most of them, they are located in Moscow and in St. Petersburg. So those two cities, they are the top cultural destinations in Russia. And Sochi is just a great destination to see a completely different Russia. Like everyone who tries to imagine Russia and who would imagine Russia, they would imagine a lot of snow, a lot of mad people. But you see, this part of Russia is completely different. It's green, and it's in the middle of November. It still feels like it's summer. It's plus 20 degrees, and some people are still bathing and swimming in the ocean. It's really cool. I'm enjoying being here. This is just a kiosk with some. Oh, by the way, I told you about the corn. So this is how it looks like. It's just literally baked corn in hot boiled water. And that's it. It costs only €1, so you can get it from here and you can eat it. Let me know if you want me to buy it, but yeah, I think I won't be able. If you want, I will find a way how to buy it, but it's gonna be tricky for me probably. Also, the second one here is mojito. You all know this beautiful cocktail. And the third one is something really local for Russia. This is a drink called kvass. This is basically hard to explain what is that, but it's natural, and you would never try and taste it in any other country. So when you're coming to Russia, just ask them for kvass. This is a really cool local drink, which I drank quite a lot when I was young, when I was in school, growing up here in Russia, and before that in Ukraine. In Ukraine, it's also pretty popular. It's non-alcoholic drink. It's made of, I think, well, I need to check that, but it's really cool and it's natural, kind of a beer. Well, no, I would say it's not like a beer, but the ingredients are similar. So I think they use. I see that Ivanka is trying to explain that it's kind of a beer but non-alcoholic, but I was trying to avoid that comparison because it tastes completely different. It's not like non-alcoholic beer. It's very different. So I hope you liked my online tour. Here in locally, we do quite a lot of online tours from all different countries. So today I was broadcasting to you from sunny, beautiful Russia. It's 3:45 here, so we have 2 hours time difference with Amsterdam and with the whole Europe. So soon we're gonna spot a beautiful sunset on the sea over there. It will be really beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me here. Stay tuned for more online tours, and if you would like to come to Russia, I'm your locally here. I'll be happy to meet you and show you around. My name is Nick Nadalchuk. You can easily find my profile on the website on locally, or you can easily just text us in the direct messages and ask any information you'd like. We'll be happy to help you, and when you're up for your trip, I'll be happy to meet you here at the airport and show you around. Have a great day, and thanks a lot for your time. Bye.